always asks if I'm cheating and accuses me and won't talk to anyone about trust issues. So dump the motherfucker. You can't stay in this relationship. This is not healthy. This is dysfunctional. In fact, this is toxic and abusive. You need to leave this relationship. Your standard for a relationship is I won't be with somebody who doesn't recognize me for who I am. I won't be with somebody who questions my integrity when my integrity is on straight. I won't be with somebody who picks fights with me over his imagination. Do not stay in this relationship, my love. Don't stay in this relationship. Did you guys hear the news about the guy who went to a birthday party and shot everybody? That was one of those. That was one of those. Jealous and controlling. Get out of this relationship. I'm loving Fix That Shit. Thanks for the recommendation. You're so welcome. That's this one right here. I just got Fix That Shit in custom made. Do you recommend starting one before the other? You can actually start them both at the same time. Custom made is a workbook. So, you know, like it feels intensive because you do need to do intensive work in that. So I would suggest you do like read some of custom made and then read some of Fix That Shit, read some of custom made. But if you're gonna do one over the other, I would say maybe start with Fix That Shit and then dive into custom made. I'm calling him for the first time tomorrow. I'm a bit nervous. How can I be myself? You can do some meditation. Maggie's getting all frisky on the floor right now. What's custom made about? So custom made is a book that helps you figure out what your purpose is, your purpose, your passion, your talent. If you don't know what that is, this is a book that's going to help you figure it out and also help you figure out how to turn that into a hustle, how to make money doing what you love, which is super important. You definitely want to do that. Speed dating advice. Hot on top, comfy on the bottom. So don't be like super sexy, by the way, because then you're sending a signal that you're like DTF. Whereas if you're looking for a relationship, you want to send a signal that you're looking for a partner. I'm calling here for the, yeah, we did that. I need that. Is it bad that I don't want anything to do with my boyfriend's social media? No, it's fine. Everybody's allowed to have their preferences. That is totally fine. Nothing wrong with that. I always gotta fuss with the hair. Always have to fuss with the hair. No. 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 There we go. Fatima, I answered that question. I'm reading Come Back Queen. I can finally see the light. That's amazing. My ex wants to take it slow and go with the flow. What the heck does that even mean? It means you need to use a no kissing, no sleepovers for 3 months dating rule. Because what he means is I want to keep getting the nookie, but I don't want to be committed to you. I don't want to be responsible for being in a relationship. I don't want to have to say yes to going to a wedding with you. You know, I just want the goodies, but I don't want any of the work that goes with it. So tell him, okay, so here's what you do. You're going to set the pace. You're going to set the standard. You're going to tell him what that means. You're going to say, okay, I understand that you're not ready to get into a relationship with me at this time. So while I'm single, I'm using a no kissing for 3 months dating rule because I want to make sure that if I get into a relationship, kissing, no sleepovers for 3 months rule. And if he's like, I can't do that, then you know what he was saying. I just want the sex. It's not about you. It's not about us. Feeling distant from my partner. We've been fighting a lot more. Does this mean things are ending? If you're with a selfish short-term thinker, it should be ending. If you're with a generous long-term thinker, you can breathe some life into this relationship and maybe save it by getting Fix That Shit or getting a coaching session. Do you recommend Fix That Shit for me too, or just certain chapters? I don't know what your story is, my love. Sorry. I can't put together puzzle pieces. I need you guys to put everything in one box. Charlie is really cute. Charlie, you want to come say hi? Oh, look at you. Mama's going to come get you. Oh, my goodness. Here's Mama. Hi. Hello. Hello. Hi. Hello, he's the goodest boy. You want to say hello to everybody? Are you going to say hi? Hello, you're the goodest boy. He's just gonna flop over now. Charlie, I love when you're on. Thank you. While I'm Thank you. For men, puzzle piece. Fix. Oh, would you recommend fix that shit for men too, or for men, puzzle piece? Fix. Oh, would you recommend when you're on puzzle piece? Fix. Oh, would you recommend fix that shit for men too, or for men, puzzle piece? Fix. Oh, would you recommend fix that shit for men too? Fix that shit, by the way, and many men have, and they've gained a lot of very useful information. It is written woman to woman, but men get an idea of how women think and their experience they're going through when they read Fix That Shit. So they do find it very valuable for that. And they can also use all the advice inside. What are the most obvious signs for a long-term thinker? So somebody who's like devotion. Devotion is a very obvious sign of a long-term thinker. Buying a house, that's a long-term thinker. Being financially responsible, that's a long-term thinker. Hello, Charlie. He always looks so relaxed because he is. Hello. Are you my goodest boy? Are you my flopsy kitty? I know. He's the sweetest boy. Hello. Mama loves you. Oh, his big yawns. Hello. Hi. He's my good boy. He's the goodest boy. Hello. He's the goodest boy. Charlie, are you my good boy? Are you listening to Mama? What's your best advice for girls in their 20s? Read No More Assholes. Knowledge is power. You will waste less time if you were knowledgeable and empowered. If you want to play, just play. Go have fun. If you want a committed long-term relationship and you find that you tend to fall for guys who play you, get No More Assholes. This is the anti-player book. Anti-player. Order Fix That Shit for my boyfriend and I. Oh, my love, I'm so excited for you. I know it's coming. Got it. Thank you so much. You're welcome. My boyfriend doesn't like when I wear certain things. Is disrespect or control. This is disrespect on your part. This is controlling on his part. You got with the wrong person, my love. You need to get with somebody who is confident in you, confident in their relationship with you, confident in your devotion to them, confident in themselves. I wish I knew about this book in my 20s. Yeah. Charlie does a 5-second kiss. He does. Dating someone new who shared they just started therapy. Do you think it's a good idea to date? Use a no kissing for 3 months dating rule. Like, we don't need to commit so fast. We don't need to like have it all figured out by the 4th date, right? Like, you say to him, that's so awesome. That's really incredible, actually. I love actually. So awesome. That's really incredible, actually. I love when people are like really in tune with themselves and intent on growing. And introduce the no for 3 months dating rule. Get No More Assholes. Know what to look for in a partner, and say, hey, I just want to let you know I'm using a no kissing for 3 months dating rule because I really want a committed long-term relationship, and I want to make sure I choose the right person. Want a committed long-term relationship, and I want to make sure I choose the right person. Want a committed long-term relationship, and I want to make sure I choose the right person. What did you think when they want it? Say, is it okay to read a marriage book if you're only dating? He's indifferent about it, but I want to read it. Yes, go for it. No
dating. So everybody,
yo,
Chantal, Canada's dating coach.
Hello, Jason Wesley.
Hello, how are you?
I'm really good. How are you?
I'm wonderful. So let me ask you a question. I saw that you were on, and I figured I was like, you know what? Let's help some people out because there are a lot of people out there that are dating that shouldn't be dating.
Right.
period, or the person that they're with. So what is a common theme that you see in the dating world?
So people who move into a relationship too fast and then take too long to figure out they're actually in the wrong relationship.
Thank you. So I actually had this conversation the other day with a friend of mine, talking about a situation with somebody that he knew that was separated. And I've always said there's kind of like two things. One thing is that most of the people that are together or got married shouldn't have ever gotten together or married in the first place, which is going to lead eventually to a separation or a divorce. And part of that is because of lack of communication in the beginning about where they are, what they believe, and where they're going. Yes. And because the foundation was built on one thing, and then they tried to build a bigger foundation on something that was very superficial. And so rushing into something because they figure it's the next step, is very powerful. And the other thing that I think, and you can tell me where you are on this, is a lot of times people feel like they don't know how to break up, so they stay in a relationship longer than they should.
Right. Yeah.
Because if everything's going fine, why break up, right?
Right. Yeah. Well, and then it's like, okay, like it's been 5 years, so we should get engaged now, right?
Yeah. They feel like this is the time for it versus, have y'all talked about it?
Yes. So I have the antidote to that. Do you want to hear it?
Yeah, absolutely.
It's a no kissing for 3 months dating rule.
It's a no kissing perfume?
For 3 months.
Oh, so like a 90-day rule?
Yeah.
Yes. 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 Listen, the 90-day rule works. And also there's a it's kind of like a 4 seasons rule too. That you, before you get committed, you date somebody for the 4 seasons. You know?
So a full year.
Yes, a full year.
Huh.
You know, and again, now there are some people, they say they know, but I know when I know. And I get that. And it's worked out for a lot of people, you know? The challenge is, yes, the challenge is that phileo love or is that agape love? What kind of love are we talking about? Are we talking about a fleeting love that's like, man, I just love how I feel when I'm around you? Or is this a love where I'm willing to carry your baggage?
Right. Ooh, I love that. Yeah. So we're kind of almost on the same page.
Yeah.
Like, so you want to say no commitment for a full year.
Well, no. I don't want to say no commitment for a full year. I think that if you are wanting to get married, and that you need to really be with this person through some highs and some lows. You know, a lot of counselors will say build a desk together, go on a trip together, because you want to see what that person's like when they're frustrated, when they're tired, when they haven't eaten, and how they treat other people will be how they treat you eventually. Because
I like you.
Oh, I like you too. And so yeah, and you know, I'm also a big proponent of the book, The 5 Love Languages. Yes. And understanding what your partner's love language, which might be different than yours, and also being cognizant of that. And just as a quick note, I was in a relationship, this is before I knew, but I read the book while I was in a relationship that we had a problem at some point, and I didn't know what's the problem. Right. What's your dog's name? I gotta know.
This is Charlie.
Hey, you gotta be kidding. My best friend's dog, his name is Charlie or whatever, and he's literally next door. But so I was dating, and so my girlfriend at the time, she would buy me a shirt, right? And I would look at the shirt. Now, her gifts, her love language was gifts and words of affirmation, which is very difficult as a female, just having those love languages, because that's typically what guys' default is when they first start dating. They start telling you how beautiful you are and start, oh, you're this, you're that, and they get you little gifts. And so You feel,
Right.
but that was her love language. Mine was quality time and physical service. Or, I mean, quality time and not acts of service, but physical touch.
Right.
Quality
Right.
time,
Oh,
physical
okay,
touch.
okay.
And
Right.
so she would give me this shirt, and I would look at it and be like, yay! And I'd set it down on the table. And then I would rush and give her a huge hug. And she's looking over my shoulder like, you didn't like it? Why did you just throw it down? And I'm like showing
Right.
her love, going, but what are you talking? Like, why are you so upset? Well, I didn't put the shirt on. I didn't pose it around and be like, yo, yeah, look at this. How's this shirt look? And the problem
Right.
is that she felt like she took time to love me, and I didn't appreciate the love, even though I was expressing my love to her just in a different way.
I call it translating. You got to learn how to translate.
Yes,
Yeah.
absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah. So
Translation is huge.
we are on
What's
the
that?
same page because the no kissing for 3 months dating rule. Then I say after that, no melding for a full year. So date but don't live together for a full year. Then live together for another year before you get engaged.
Now, I'm not a huge fan of living together prior to marriage, though, but I have my reasons
Okay.
for that.
Why?
Because the divorce rate for marriages that people live together prior to marriage is up 20% than just normal rate. It goes up
Why do you think that
dramatically for
is?
people that live together. I think part of it is because you have your cake and you can eat it too, and there's a part of lack of commitment that the man necessarily needs to be able to. I've got you at home, or she feels like but I can leave at any time. But when you make that commitment, that long life commitment, and then you have you make that commitment to stay together through thick and through thin. Like if you can hold off 90 days without kissing, if you can hold off
Right.
90 days without kissing, if you can hold off a year without doing that, what if you held off living together until you were married? Your foundation is so much wider. It's so much deeper than let's go ahead and, you know, forego this and live together. And when, like I said, when I just look at the numbers, it's dramatically increased for people that live together prior to marriage. And I get, hey, I'm not going to buy a car that I didn't test drive. But the thing is that women or people aren't items that you can just
Yeah.
use. And too many times we look at the other individual as I got to test this thing out before I drive it. And that's not what marriage is about in the first place. So if that's your idea of marriage, I just don't think that you should be married or you're ready to be married yet.
I have a theory for that divorce rate, and it just hit me now. I'm gonna say it. But first, I gotta tell you, you just sparked a whole conversation in my comment section. People are
Uh-huh.
adding a sixth love language: physical service.
Oh, because of
So
my
we're making that one number six now.
yes, physical service. I could, I mean that would technically be under acts of service, but yeah, physical service. That's actually my Bumble ended up turning Bumble. That's a dating app, but my bumbling ended up turning into a sixth love language. That's funny.
So here's what I'm thinking about the divorce rates after people have lived together. I think that people think, and when I say people, I mean women. I think women think that things are going to change after marriage, and things do change after marriage. But
Yeah.
we think marriage is going to make things change for the better. In other words, more sex, for instance. But here's something that happens after marriage to you guys, which is the need to plant the seed subconsciously over and above anybody else who might be planting the seed inside of us is reduced because now you have a firm commitment and there's less of a likelihood that we might be in the presence of other males having sex. And so your sex drive actually goes down once there's a firmer commitment. And we go into an insecurity phase and we think maybe you desire us less, and we create lightning rods for this insecurity. You don't do enough, you don't give me enough, and that causes a lot of fights.
Yes, there are a lot of things. Well, okay, so I'm going to approach it from two angles. The first one I want you to remind me of is contracts because I might forget. Um, Women, in a lot of cases, think that the way to make things better is more commitment, more something, right? So I'm going to have a child. the child will fix it. I'm gonna,
Right.
do this. This will fix it. Maybe if we, not if I break up with him while we're dating, but maybe if we get engaged, maybe that's what it. Maybe if I get married, yeah, that's what he needs because he needs help, and I can be that help for him. I want to be that help for him, and so
Right.
they think that a deeper commitment is what's going to change things. And okay, so that's one. The other one is contracts. Men look at relationships very contractually. And what I
Right.
mean by that is that whatever we discussed on the first day or when the contract was signed, whatever the foundation was, that's where we are until we have a renegotiation. And too many times, a lot of women keep things inside of them rather than sit at the table and go, let's talk, because it comes with a lot of stuff. The renegotiation comes with like my complaints versus like, hey, let's talk about where we are and where we're going, right?
Right.
So anytime you do a business deal, right? Hey, my rent is going to be $2,000 a month. Okay, the dude is like, yeah. Well, if the landowner decides 3 months down the road, hey, we're going to change it to 2,200 or even 2,150. It's not a lot, but he's like, yo, that's not what we discussed. Why are you trying to increase my commitment to you? And you never discussed it with me. So the guy's irritated because she's expecting more, even though it's only been 3 months that they've been together when he signed a year-long lease.
Right.
And so a lot of times women expect more rent than the dude said he was willing to pay in the beginning. So if the guy comes to you and he's offering lowballing you, if you don't know your value, you'll accept whatever people lowball. Hey man, I'll give you $200 a month to rent that apartment. And she's like, yeah, I'm just happy to have somebody in there, you know? And then all of a sudden she wants him to be like a serious boyfriend or go out on a date or something. And then he's like, whoa, whoa, whoa. No, don't be taking pictures of me on your social media. You don't know. We ain't there yet. Right. So there needs to be a renegotiation. And I think that, and I'm not putting the responsibility on women, because I tell people the responsibility of the direction of the relationship and where the relationship is on the man. But the woman is responsible for her own feelings and she's responsible for herself because she is autonomous. There is an equality that needs to happen, but there's also an expectation that each person needs to have for themselves in that. So whenever I talk about dating with people, I say, should the man pay for the date? Yes, but you should be ready to pay for your part of the date. If like you should be 100% ready to take care of your own way home, your own way there, your own bill, your own everything. And when the guy picks it up, that's him going above and beyond and him accepting the responsibility, because the responsibility he really has is only to himself and to that dinner that he ordered, right? And so I tell people, I'm like, you are solely responsible for you. He is solely responsible for him. However, based on morals and courtesy, he needs to accept that responsibility, which is basically like accepting the baggage of somebody else that they're willing to get into a relationship with.
Right. And then we should be very grateful and look for ways to be reciprocal.
Yes, yes. And all of that is the above and beyond.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
Yeah, I love it. My girls want to know if you're single.
The answer is yes. The answer is yes.
How come?
Choice.
How long have you been single for?
I've been single. Okay, so there's single and there's single. Y'all know how that is. And the reason why I say single and single is because when you are pursuing something with somebody that doesn't work out, are you single in that moment? No, you're not really, because your heart is somewhere and you're going somewhere with somebody, but it's not. It's not locked down, not clear. And then there's,
I didn't, I didn't do that. I was going to ask him. So I asked him how long he was single for. And I think at some point he was going to get to that answer. My next question was going to be, when's the last time you kissed somebody? And he kind of like, I don't know. He just popped off. So it's interesting that he went single and then single, single, because I was going in two different directions with that too, which is, you're single as in you're not in a relationship, but when's the last time you kissed somebody? Which you don't need to be in a relationship to be doing. So I was curious if him being single, like, oh, how do you feel about open relationships? Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. Sometimes it's a Hail Mary. So for me, in my first marriage, we actually did have an open relationship, but it was because there was a lack of intimacy. And so we were actually trying to create intimacy in our relationship by opening our relationship up to other people and making it spicy that way. Didn't work out. Didn't work out. It didn't help. It worked against my husband because I did find somebody to play with and I did end up falling in love with them. So, is it okay to not want to talk about my family drama to my boyfriend? It's too much and it hurts my heart. It's absolutely okay. It's 100% okay. Absolutely. Bring him back. So I don't even know who he is. He just popped up and like, hey, somebody wants to chat with you. So if he's going to come back, we will bring him back. Let me see. Like, I just don't even know. Oh, I see somebody crazy is live right now. I know who that person is. I am not going to, I'm not gonna say anything. So yeah. So if he comes back, we'll bring him back. If not, that's okay. We'll continue on. And my boyfriend doesn't want to take me to the gym with him anymore. Is that a red flag? I don't know. Maybe if you were a great gym partner, then it is. Like if there's no reason for him not to. If you were somebody who like when he would say let's go to the gym, you're like okay, and then he'd be waiting for you. If you when you were at the gym he like you complained about things or you didn't want to work as hard as he did, right? So like were you always ready when he was ready? Were you a great gym partner? If the answer is yes to those, then it is a red flag that all of a sudden he doesn't want you there because it's a change of behavior. That's there because it's a change of behavior. Who's a crazy person? We need to know. I'm not gonna say. Not gonna say, but I've who's a crazy person? Like I met him a number of years ago at an event. We've been in each other's orbit since then. And he just yes. My boyfriend hangs out with friends a lot, including girls, but doesn't tell me. Is that bad? Yes, it is. Yes, he was really good. He was. Uh, he was fun. Hello. Uh, where are my newbies? Do I have newbies here right now? I'm getting stalker vibes. Uh-oh. Yes, stalker vibes. Stalker vibes from who? What's this? Enlighten me. He was really good. Stalker vibes. What you talking about? My boyfriend. Yes. Now we're curious. Who was that strange man? Do we have newbies? Is my video okay? I see like viewership dropping like crazy. I'm a newbie. Hello from England. Hello. Welcome my newbies. How do I tell him I want him to tell me who he's with without being controlling? So yeah, that is a sticky one, right? That is a sticky one. There is no way to say that without sounding controlling. It glitches a bit, but nothing too bad. See, I don't like the glitching. I'm on early, right? So that could really be a reason why. Hola, mi amor. From the crazy person you were talking about. Oh, stalker advice. No, no stalking. No stalking. None at all. Like literally none at all. Okay, guys, I'm actually gonna log off because I don't like it when it glitches on you.